It's easy to review bad games. There is a lot to say about them and everyone likes a good roast. One of the most disappointing games of 2016 was Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, and since I promised to take an unbiased look at the Call of Duty series, and I got Infinite Warfare together with Modern Warfare Remastered, I thought it would be a good choice for my next review. I love science fiction. For me it is the perfect balance between realism and fantasy, for making metaphors of issues without addressing them too obvious. So, when I started playing Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, I was really curious how it would turn out. Call of Duty in space. Infinite Warfare starts with a devastating attack on the world space fleet during a celebration in Geneva by the Settlement Defense Force, or SDF. The SDF is a group of insurgents based on Mars, who are competing for natural resources with the United Nations Space Alliance, or UNSA. After the attack, most of the fleet is destroyed, and a lot of the UNSA leaders are killed. You play as Lieutenant Nick Reyes. Reyes is a fighter pilot who narrowly escaped the attack. He found himself as the highest ranking officer on the mothership the Retribution, so he was promoted to commander and captain of the vessel. He used the vessel as a base of operations to strike back and stop the SDF from invading Earth. You can do this either by weakening their fleet or defending Earth's remaining space colony. It's Earth against Mars. Infinite Warfare has 3 different styles of gameplay: on the ground, dogfights in space, and in zero gravity. The missions on the ground play out like a standard first-person shooter. The pace feels good and the shooting solid. The dogfights are completely different. Here you're circling around enemy planes or attacking huge warships Ace Combat style. It's a welcoming change of pace with the normal ground missions, though they can be a bit repetitive. The zero gravity moments in the game are interesting, but scarce. You float or grapple from rock to rock, usually shoot some enemies. When you hit them, they slowly fly away like deflating balloons. All in all, the gameplay is fun and polished. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare has very impressive graphics. The lighting, the animations, everything is top notch. I played it on the PlayStation 4 and I cannot remember I saw a better looking game on the system so far. Even the facial animations look very natural. The sounds and the music are as expected. The music is the standard epic soundtrack, which I'm not such a fan of, and the sounds, they're just really good. The gun sounds are great, and the voice acting is clearly done by an experienced cast. One detail that I really liked is the silence in the zero gravity sections. It's a really nice touch. As you might have noticed, I really like this game. The graphics and the shooting gameplay are high quality. I kind of expected them to be good, though what I didn't expect was that the story was this engaging. Because you are attacked in the beginning, you really have a clear motive to fight. Along the way, you start to get to know your crewmen, and it feels bad when they die. And they will. A lot of main characters in this Call of Duty die. The story has more layers than most shooters, and I really enjoyed it. Another element that I really enjoyed was the fact that it was in space. I know, this was one of the biggest critiques, but in my opinion, it was great. I don't understand why a Call of Duty should be in a certain time period. It gave it a bit of a Mass Effect vibe, and I really liked it. The space element was a good excuse to include dogfights, and this is another thing I loved. Even though they're not very deep and tend to get repetitive after a while, they are fun and break up the pace from the shooting levels. Of course, not everything is great. I didn't like that you play as the captain of a huge ship, but you're almost never at that ship. The missions that you do are either on enemy ships or you're flying your fighter jet. This is stupid. The captain should be on the ship. I know, Mass Effect is the same thing, but the Normandy was a pretty compact warship. Now you're flying a huge ass carrier. Another thing I didn't like was that the missions are very linear. There are hardly any collectibles or other incentives to replay a mission. This is just a missed opportunity, because even though the game is not short, it would be good for the longevity of the game. Maybe even to have these perks carry over in the multiplayer, I don't know, there could be a lot more included. There seem to be two kind of players playing first-person shooters: single player and multiplayer. What I can say about this Call of Duty is that if you want an engaging campaign, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare is the best choice for 2016. The game is much better than Modern Warfare Remastered, and everyone who tells otherwise, they let the nostalgia talking. So, that was my review of Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I just wanted to add something that I didn't like about the game. That's what's up with the weird name, Infinite Warfare. It sounds made up. Anyway, I'm going to put some gameplay videos as normally, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a comment and share it and subscribe it, and well, you know what to do. Bye bye.